Let us start with chapter number 4, Exogenetic Processes, part 2.
Now we will start with the next topic, that is work of glacier and the landforms. Glacier does the work of erosion, transportation and deposition. The erosional work of glacier produces landforms like cirque, Artis, Horns, U-shaped valley, Hanging Valley and Roach Mountain, whereas the transportational and depositional work of glacier produces landforms like moraine, drumlin, eskers, etc. Now we will study the next topic of the chapter, that is work of glacier and landforms. First of all, we will see what is a glacier. A glacier is a huge mass of ice that moves slowly over land. They are often called rivers of ice. In region where the temperatures are generally below freezing point, precipitation is in the form of snowfall. Layers of snow accumulate on the earth's surface because of snowfall. The heavy weight of these overlying layers makes the snow move along the slope. At the base of the layers, the snow starts melting because of the friction and the pressure from above. Glaciers start moving slowly along the slope. Like the river, a glacier too carries out the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Let us study the erosional work of glacier. Though the velocity of the glacier is less, the mass of the ice is more, and hence the glacier erodes its own bank and its bed on a large scale. The erosional work of glacier produces landforms like cirque, Erts, Horns, U-shaped valley, Hanging Valley, and Roach Mountains. All these landforms are shown in this figure. We will study them one by one. Cirque. Cirque is a semicircular shaped valley formed by glacial erosion. The next is Ertis. It is a thin crest of rock left after two adjacent glaciers have worn a steep ridge into the rock. The third one is Horn. It is formed when glacier erode three or more erts, usually forming a sharp-edged peak as you can see it in this figure. U-shaped valley. It is formed by erosion or wearing away of land through glaciers. Glaciation develops in established V-shaped river valleys where the ice erodes the surrounding rocks to create a U-shaped valley. Next is Hanging Valley. It is a shallow valley carved or eroded by a small glacier, and thus the elevation of the valley floor is hanging. The last one is the Roach Mountain. It is a rock hill shaped by the passage of ice to give a smooth upside and a rough plucked downside. It is usually in the form of rounded knobs. Now we will study the transportational and depositional work by glacier. The glacier carry the sediments with it. These sediments are called as moraines. Depending upon the location of the deposits, moraine can be divided into four types. That is ground moraine, lateral moraine, medial moraine and terminal moraine, as you can see it in this figure. Ground moraine. Ground moraine is formed at the ground surface, that is at the base of the glacier. This is the glacier bed, and here the ground moraine is being formed on the bed of the glacier. Lateral moraine is found deposited on the sides of the glacier. These are the sides of the glacier, and these are the lateral moraines. They are deposited on the sides of the glacier. Medial moraine is found at the junction between the two glaciers. This is the junction point between these two glaciers. These two glaciers are moving, and this is the medial moraine which is being found at the junction of the glacier. Terminal moraine is found at the end point reached by the glacier. This is the end point of the glacier. As you can see here, it is the ending point of the glacier, and this is the terminal moraine. The other landforms formed by the depositional work of glacier are drumlins, eskers, etc. The first picture is of a drumlin. Drumlins are elongated hills in the form of inverted spoon. You can see it in this figure. They are formed when the ice becomes overloaded with sediments. The second picture is of an esker. It is a sandy and gravelly ridge that looks like upside down stream. It is formed after the melting of the glacier.
Now we will start with the next topic of the chapter, that is work of wind and the landforms produced. In this part, we are going to study the erosional, transportational and depositional work of wind. The landforms produced by the erosional work of winds are mushroom rock, deflation hollows and yardungs, whereas the landforms produced by the transportational and depositional work of wind are sand dunes, barchums, sieves, riffle marks and Lewis plain. Let us start with work of wind and the landforms. First of all, we will see what is a wind. The movement of air is called wind, or moving air is called as wind. As you all know that wind is a gaseous agent of erosion. The erosional, transportational and depositional work of wind is more prominent in desert and semi-arid regions. As mechanical weathering occurs on a large scale in desert regions, powdered rock and sand particles spread over a large area. There is hardly any obstacle in the transportational work of the wind, as very less or no trees are found in desert. Sand particles also get transported along with the wind, and they are carried over larger distances and get deposited where the speed of the wind reduces. In this way, the wind does the work of erosion, transportation and deposition. Let us study in details the erosional work of wind. Wind carries small sand particles, small pebbles, etc. along with it. These particles causes erosion along rocks coming in the way due to friction. Friction is a force between two surfaces that are sliding or trying to slide. This leads to formation of mushroom rock, deflation hollows and yardungs. You can see the images of these landforms here in this figure. Let's study them in details. The first image is of a mushroom rock. It is formed when the current of wind loaded with sand are carried along the lower layers of wind. Due to their high density, the lower part of the rocks get eroded more as compared to the upper part, and thus a mushroom rock is formed. The second image is of deflation hollow. It is formed when the wind has removed sand down to a level where a layer of particles too heavy for the wind to move. The third image is of a yardung. It looks like a toppled boat. It is formed by the dual work of erosion and transportation by the wind. They are formed when looser material is eroded away, leaving behind more consolidated material. Let us study the depositional work of wind. Sand particles that blow with the wind are of different shapes and sizes. Those particles which are very fine are carried over larger distances, while the larger ones get transported to shorter distances only. These sand particles get deposited in deserts and semi-arid climates. As a result, specific landforms are formed. Sand dunes, barchans, sieves, ripple marks, Lewis plains, etc. are formed by wind deposition. Let us study these landforms in detail. The first one is the sand dunes. Sand dunes are hill-shaped. It is formed when wind blows sand across the desert. The second image is of Abarchan. It is a crescent-shaped shifting sand dune. It is formed when a steady wind blows in one direction. The third one is Seif. Seifs are longitudinal dunes generally oriented in a direction parallel to the prevailing winds. The next one is the ripple marks. They are formed in sandy bottoms by moving waves of wind in which the wave form advances rapidly. The last one is the Lewis Plain. These are flat areas which are being covered by fine silt deposits.